Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear student, I am Asya Mushtaq and I am going to teach you the subject of general methods of teaching. The course code of this subject is EDUC 1112. Students, today's our topic of discussion is project method of teaching. Project method of teaching. In this strategy, pupils perform constructive activities in natural condition. A project is a list of real life that has been imparted into the school. It demands work from the pupils. The project method of teaching is an educational enterprise in which children solve a practical problem over a period of several days or weeks. It may involve building a rocket, designing a playground, or publishing a class newspaper. Project method of teaching is one of the modern method of teaching in which the student's point of view is given very much importance. The projects may be suggested by the teacher, but they are planned and executed as far as possible by the students themselves, individually or in groups. Actually, this method of teaching is based on the philosophy of pragmatism and the principle of learning by doing. Project work focuses on applying, not imparting specific knowledge or skills, and on improving students' involvement and motivation in order to foster independent thinking, self-confidence, and social responsibility. Students, now I will discuss with you the definitions of different definitions of project methods of teaching. Project method or project has been defined in various ways, such as it is that form of coordinated activity that's directed towards the learning of significant skill or process. It also involves the acquisition of much useful information and certainly affects attitudes and interests. According to W.H. Kilpatrick, a project is a wholehearted, purposeful activity proceeding in a social environment. According to Ballard, a project is a bit of real life that has been imparted into schools. According to Toms and Long, it is a voluntary undertaking which involves constructive effort or thought and eventuates into objective results. So, project approach and project based learning is one of the standard teaching method. It is a sub form of action centered and student directed learning and an enterprise in which children engage in practical problem solving for a certain period of time. Project, for example, may consist of building a motorboat, designing a playground, or producing a video film. For the most part, projects are initiated by the teacher, but as far as best possible, they are planned and executed by the student themselves, individually or in groups. In project work, the student generate concrete products that frequently excel disciplinary boundaries and are typically displayed to the general public on parents' days or at school fairs. Opposing to traditional method, Projects focuses on applying, not imparting specific knowledge or skills, and more strictly than lecture, demonstration or recitation. They aim at the enhancement of intrinsic motivation, independent thinking, self-esteem and social responsibility as well. Now I will discuss with you different types of project method of teaching. According to Calpatrick, a project is a wholehearted purposeful activity proceeding in a social environment. Calpatrick has classified the project method in 4 types: constructive, artistic, group work and problem solving. Constructive. When learners have to construct something related to social life such as charts, models, maps and parcels, etc. Artistic. These projects are generally allotted in the aesthetic fields of life, in music, drawing, painting, art and culture. Group work. A team of students is assigned a work to be performed to develop a garden in the school. And problem solving. These projects are given to solve the problems related to any life situation or related to any subject, such as how to operate bank accounts or how to send an email or letter. These general problems, if solved, will make a child efficient for social life. There are 4 basic elements of this teaching strategy which make it purposeful. First one is spontaneous, purpose, significance and interest or motivation. There are 2 approaches for implementing the project method of teaching. Older approach. According to older approach, the student take 2 steps. Initially, they are taught in a systematic course of study certain skills and facts. Then they apply these skills and knowledge creatively and self-directed to suitable projects. According to the second approach, the instruction by the teacher does not precede the project but is integrated in it. In other words, the students first choose the project, then they discuss what they need to know for solving the problem and learn the required techniques and concepts. Finally, they execute the chosen project by themselves. In both approaches, time for reflection should be provided during all phases of project learning, giving students the opportunity to evaluate their progress. Many teachers, especially vocational and industrial arts educators, use a series of small-scale projects to help students develop continuously, increasing competency in practical problem-solving skills. Now I will discuss with you objectives of project method of teaching. To give some grip on the preparation, support and evaluation of a project, the described principles and characteristics are translated into concrete objectives. Firstly, here are the 2 main objectives of project method of teaching. First one is learning the research, the reality of society. Pupils learn how to develop their own research manner with regard to information and its interpretation, and with regard to notions, feelings and behavior they encounter in society, in others and in themselves. They learn to ask questions and to question answer about situations and relationships they encounter and about their own reactions and those of others to this. and they learn to think about possible solution to what they experience as right or wrong, just or unjust, or problematic. Second objective of project method of teaching is learning to work together and show solidarity. Pupils learn to work together as equals. They learn to recognize each other's needs and interests so that they can make choices to take joint decisions and to undertake useful activities in which everyone has an equal say in as far as possible. Within these two objectives, a range of sub-objectives can be formulated. On one hand, this list is not exhaustive. On the other hand, the list is not supposed to be used as a checklist. Now, the next point is features of the project methods of teaching. First one is impact. The project approach makes it possible, even in a short period of time, to pass through all stages from an idea to its implementation and analysis of the results, as it proposes to work immediately with a specific task. This fits the format of a summer camp where groups in a very short period of time squeeze in a wide variety of experience, almost like the old song, "Summer is a Small Life." Second one is activity. A child has the right to make assumptions, to make mistakes, to acquire practical knowledge and to apply it, and finally to take pleasure in their own success and the success of their friends. Next feature of project method of teaching is independence. The role of the adult is changing. They are stopping to be the mere barrier of knowledge, but becoming coordinators and consultants who guide children and provide them with a field of study. Practicality. This often provides children with what they do not receive in a regular school environment: self-motivation and understanding of why they gain knowledge and how this knowledge can be applied in real life. Next one is competency. In saying that education is life itself and not a mere preparation for later living, Kilpatrick implied that life always presents us with concrete rather than general objectives. As we construct a home, we update our mathematical knowledge, whilst deposits are economic ones, and if we think about writing a script, we don't have to remember the lessons of literature. So a child does not obtain this or that skill passively, but applies them to specific tasks under the guidance of a professional. Therefore, our experts are real scientists and IT pros from Apple, Microsoft, professional musicians and artists, theater directors and sports coaches, all of whom are happy to share their knowledge and skills with students and children. Next one is critical thinking. The world is in a state of constant flux. The whole career roadmap built 10 years ahead is now becoming outdated in 5 or less. Entirely new spheres of activities and professionals are emerging. Since the search for information has been greatly simplified with the development of the internet, the first plan is not to obtain actual knowledge from a teacher but rather to develop tools such as critical thinking and the ability to look for non-standard solutions. Now I will discuss with you the planning of project method of teaching. Steps involved in planning of project method of teaching. First one is provision of a situation. A situation is identified or arranged in which some problems are available with interesting element for pupils. Second one is selection of objectives. A teacher guides and facilitates his students in this phase to select and find out aims and objectives of the project being selected, keeping in mind real needs of students. Third one is planning. This is very important step. So one must be careful in drawing a blueprint of a project. Planning should include a few alternatives. A discussion to exchange group ideas and views is very crucial. Suggestions must be critically examined and utilized. Next one is execution. Among group members are assigned duties in a way that all get activities of their choice and capability. No doubt it needs patience of contributors to make it success. In one project, many activities can be developed. They all help in knowledge growth. Next one is evaluation. Work done on project must be evaluated by themselves, student groups and supervisor teacher as well to locate the flaws. Self-criticism is worth training giving. In this step, objectives of that project are the standards and performance is measured against the standard. And last one is recording. Group individuals must maintain full record of various steps, planning, discussions, assignments of duties, criticism and such like other points are noted for future reference and guidance. Now I will discuss with you the merits of project method of teaching. First merit of project method of teaching is it is based on psychological principle. This method is based on sound psychological principle of law of readiness, law of exercise, law of effect. There is reasonable freedom provided to students for working in a social environment. Second one is child-centered. Project method of teaching is child-centered rather than being just subject-centered. The students work on their self-chosen project. The goal and purpose of working is clear to them and are naturally motivated and inclined to put their heart and soul. Fulfill the needs of all students. Of course, this method of teaching provides enough opportunity for meeting the varying interest and abilities of the students. Promotes critical thinking. This method promotes habit of critical thinking and urges the students and motivate them to adopt the scientific method of working. Links body and mind. The project method provides good opportunity for the coordination and integration of body and mind. It proves helpful in the balanced development of physical and mental abilities of the students. Links with real life situation. It is quite practical and applied method of learning. The project chosen correlates with the real life situation and is helpful in solving the problems of day-to-day life of the students. Promotes social development. It promotes social interaction and cooperation among the student. The child gets molded according to social needs and the child works with full agreement of the group and works for the group as well. In this process, the child learns his responsibility and sense of social cooperation and imbibes good social virtues. Workings at own pace. Students work at their own pace, learning to plan and execute their project within the given time frame. Democratic method. It is democratic method of teaching since the project is chosen after due deliberation of the group with mutual agreement and understanding. There is freedom to work according to plan chosen with freedom of thought and action. Now I will discuss with you the demerits or disadvantages of the project method of teaching. First demerit is time consuming. The project method is uneconomical in terms of time. It takes a lot of time to plan and execute a single project. Further, fitting project work into the normal timetable requires a lot of juggling. All syllabus cannot be covered. It is also certain that each and every topic or content of a subject cannot be covered through one or the other project, and to have a number of projects simultaneously in a particular session is neither possible nor feasible. Costly. The execution of a project requires a lot of financial liabilities. The return in terms of yield from a project is generally much less than the expenditure incurred. Need teacher expertise. The teacher will have to be exceptionally gifted, knowledgeable as well as alert and helpful. It expects too much from the teacher as right from providing situations and opportunities for the selection of the project to its planning. Opportunity for the selection of the project to its planning, execution and recording. Teacher has to remain alert for providing help and guidance to the students individually and in groups for the success of the projects. No systematic coverage of curriculum. Since the project method is a method of incidental learning, it is not helpful in providing systematic and adequate learning. Here students learn only what is required by them in relation to the completion of the project. Therefore, no systematic and orderly treatment of curricular areas is possible through the teaching performed by project method. Material not available. Sometimes textbooks and instructional material written on these lines are not easily available. Other problems involved. This method suffers from some serious limitations on the account of the following practical difficulties: shortage of funds in schools, very high teacher-pupil ratio, shortage of properly trained teachers, existing system of examination does not confirm the requirements of project method of teaching. Study is very fast to have any scope for using this method. So it is very difficult for a teacher to plan or execute the projects to the learners and supervise them. Now I will discuss with you some suggestions of this method of teaching, and with the help of these suggestions we can improve its effectiveness and success as well. This teaching strategy should not be used an independent teaching strategy but as a supplementary teaching technique. Teachers should try to utilize the inexperienced and waste project to prepare models. To avoid the problems of supervision, teacher may appoint a leader to each group of students, and teacher should fix a time limit for each project. So this method of teaching brings life to the school atmosphere. Learning becomes a cooperative affair. Its approach is scientific and psychological, as it is not suitable for drill and continuous and systematic teaching. It is not very desirable to use in freely. If the teacher can devise and plan a good project on something, the student will gain a lot. It leads to understanding and develops the ability to apply knowledge. Its occasional use will always remain the effective tool in the hands of the teacher. So the teacher has to work as a careful guide during the execution of the project. Costly project should be avoided. Unsupervised and unevaluated project work will also be of no use. Thanks.